आवाज चालू आहेत.
दोन्ही आवाज म्हणजे कुठला? माईकचा आणि एक्स्ट्राचा. हे सगळं लाईव्ह साठी करावं लागतं का सर?
मला तिकडे असेल का?
होईल ना माझं व्यवस्थित? रोज करून मध्ये सर लॅपटॉपवर बोलताना तेवढा असा फरक पडत नाही. आपण इथे बघून बोलतोय का कसं
नाही का?
आणि डेली बेसिसवर आपण फीडबॅक देणार आहे ना, फीडबॅक फॉर्म.
सुरू करून ना.
सर तुम्हाला असं वाटलं का ते खूप स्पीच लेंदी वाटलं? माहित नाही सर, स्पीच खूप लेंदी वाटतं. सर सुजित पाटील सरांना टेक ओव्हर करताना बोलताना आय रिक्वेस्ट सुजित पाटील सर, सॉरी आय रिक्वेस्ट नाउ आय रिक्वेस्ट प्रोफेसर सुजित पाटील सर टू टेक ओव्हर द चार्ज, किंवा आय रिक्वेस्ट प्रोफेसर सुजित पाटील सर टू गिव्ह द इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ अवर टुडेज डिस्टिंक्ट गेस्ट. गेस्ट स्पीकर म्हटलं तर चालेल का नुसतं गेस्ट? सरांची स्क्रीन किती क्लिअर दिसते आणि माझी स्क्रीन क्लिअर दिसत होती का तुम्हाला मी बोलताना? हा सर माझं फ्लुएन्सी आहे ना व्यवस्थित आहे? हा इथे मेसेज आहे. आता माझी स्क्रीन दाखवा आणि मेसेजेस कुठे येणार जे मी क्वेश्चन्स रीड करून दाखवणार? आवाज येत नाहीये. सरांनी म्यूट केलं. मग थांबा सरांना सांगून येऊ का जरा तुमचा आवाज येऊ दे म्हणून? हा आवाज येऊ दे की कुणाचा तरी, आपल्याला चेक कसं करणार?
येतंय की नाही?
मला माझं सर्टिफिकेट दिलं काय टाका? टाकलं की ऍडमिशन तिथून बोलायचं ना जरासं. सरांचं हे किती क्लिअर दिसतंय, माझं पण मी पण क्लिअर दिसत होते आणि सर पण होते ते.
मी बोललो असतो सर असते तर मी बोललो असतो ना.
मी खाली बघताना दिसते वाचताना
दिसणार इथं डोळे लावायला पाहिजे.
ओके नाही, मग त्यासाठी मी माझं कसं ठेवू?
रेकॉर्डिंग चालू केलं
असू दे वाचता.
हे बघा असं ठेवलं होतं तरी दिसत होतं.
ते नव्हतं दिसत. डोळे वर खाली
पण मी दिसते का वर खाली करताना? सर मी असं ठेवलं होतं.
वर्षा सुरू करून येतो.
तुम्ही आल्याशिवाय मी नाही सुरू करणार.
सुरू झालं.
किती वाजता? वेळ आहे 2:08 झाले.
हो.
आपल्याला 2:30 वाजता स्टार्ट करायचं. तुम्ही इथं कोण आल्याशिवाय मी नाही इथं कॅमेरा ऑन करणार. तुम्ही तर येणारच नाहीये तर कोण असताना मॅच?
आम्ही येणार की.
हा भैया मी तोपर्यंत ऑन नाही करत कॅमेरा.
ते मागच्या स्क्रीनमध्ये हे काय? मागच्या वाले मी केली होती का? मागच्या स्क्रीनमध्ये केलेली की मागाशी मला? नाही केलेली. ते मागच्या
ब्लर दिसते.
तर सरांनी नाही ना अशी मागची स्क्रीन त्यांनी ही केली होती की.
चेंज करे.
हां. हे असं कबडवर असं ते ठेवलं होतं त्यांनी केली होती मागाशी.
ते काय होतं ना ते खाली दिसतं ते.
होय का? बरोबर. अटेंडन्स ट्रॅकर सुरू केला. शेवटला.
या लवकर जाऊन तुम्ही.
कुठून ऑनलाईन तिथे
घरात भावाचं बघा. सर मग काय उपयोग तुमच्या बोलण्याचा? तुम्ही वाचताना दिसताय. हे बघा असं बोलले तर हे बघा असं असं
कॅमेरा दिसते.
नाही कुठे दिसतंय बघा.
तुम्ही इथून दिसता वरती.
इथून दिसते मी.
हे आता कसं पकडलं? एवढं नव्हतं.
सर लेकिन मैंने जब मुझे देखा तो ये सब नहीं दिख रहा था. तुम्ही बघा ना तुमच्या तिथून.
तिथं दिसणार आहे तेच दिसणार आहे.
तुम्हाला मी तेच म्हटले कोणी दिसत नाहीये. बघा
Welcome you all. Today's market live. Video कुठला बोलायचा? ही नाव आहे की ही तुम्हाला
बघा की विशाल सर.
आता की दिसत नाही.
काय झालं? दिसते?
वही दिसली का? आता बघा एवढी वरती गेली वही दिसली का?
सुधीरच्या ह्याच्यावर आहे.
हा बघा की बघा. आणि सुधीर
कॅमेरा
मग काय केलंय? असू दे ना एवढं.
दिसतो.
मी तेच म्हणते. नाव आहे काय रे? बघा आता मी फ्लिप करते वही.
मी लिहून करतो ना.
So it's okay ना? Good afternoon everyone. My name is Professor Amita Mane. On behalf of Sri Santarupa Institute of Engineering and Technology and Department of Mechanical and Department of Mechatronics, I extend my warm welcome to everyone. It is my distinct honor and privilege to extend heartfelt welcome to the inaugural session of this 5-day online faculty development program on automation and sustainability practices in manufacturing, logistics, and modern living spaces. The program is organized by Department of Mechanical and Mechatronics of SIT Gurgaon. It would have not been possible without visionary guidance and support of our esteemed patrons and organizing team. Over the next 5 days, we will have the opportunity to learn from distinguished experts. I brief the schedule for next 5 days. Today, on 16th December, December है ना? December है ना? On 16th December, FDP topic is realities realities of modern living spaces by automation, and the speaker would be Mr. Vijay Andulkar sir. Day 2 on 17th December. सर तुम्हाला ऐकायला कसं वाटतं ते सांगा ओव्हर वाटतं
चांगलं बोलतोय. ऐकलं की मग?
हां
मगाशी ऐकलं.
त्याचा स्पीकर मोठा होता
सरांचे इथं मोठं speaker आहे. त्यामुळे आवाज मोठा आहे.
सर पण ऐकत होते तेव्हा
ऐकलं का?
हां
ऐकलं का?
अकेला होता तुम्ही हं? सर सर डे 2 ऑन 17 डिसेंबर असं चांगलं वाटतं की ऑन 17 डिसेंबर डे 2 बघा
तसंही बरं वाटतं.
हां which one on 17 December day 2 बाबा संपला.
अर्धे दिसते युट्यूबला सिनेमा अर्धेच दिसते
अर्धे दिसते म्हणजे होय ते मी मगाशी सांगितलं बरं वाढवा की हां वाढवा 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 तिकडे घे. हां 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 तिकडूनच वाढवा मगाच्यासारखं वाढवा की आता.
तिकडे जातं
तसं नाही मगाशी हॉरिझॉन्टली घेतलं
त्याच्या बाहेर जातं काम
कशाच्या
तिकडे पांढरा येतं काम पांढरा
मिडलला घ्या बघून
Consi sir, I am audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
प्रॅक्टिस सेशन ना गायकवाड सर मला ओरडणार आहेत सर आता मला फोन करत होते आपण ऑनलाईन हा मला कॉल केला सरांनी उचलत नाही मी.
आणि सांगितले लोक कशावर म्हणून झाले
ते असे शार्प टायमिंग वाले तो सर
ही बारशे हा बारसा हा बारसा ही बारसा
ते
हा बारसा इसका बुरा अवतार
गुड आफ्टरनून एवरीवन
टीपी
गुड
होता
आफ्टरनून एवरीवन माय नेम इज प्रोफेसर अमिता on behalf of Sri Sandarban Institute of Engineering and Technology and Department of Mechanical and Department of Mechatronics, I extend my warm welcome to everyone. It is my distinct honor and privilege extend heartfelt welcome to the inaugural session of this 5
Mukul sir, Gaekwad sir, am I audible?
Okay, please.
Yes, yes, sir.
You are perfectly audible.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Pen to that.
ऍडमिशन लिंक टाकायची नाही
टाकली की हो त्याने
कुठे टाकलं नुसतं मॅसेज टाकला
त्यांना इन्फॉर्म करा की
टाकतो की दिसा एवढं छान नुसतं मॅसेज टाकला तिथे लिंक कोण टाकायचं
तो मित्र बघा तुमचे सी द लुक अँड द अप्रोच हे बघ हेडसेट
धन्यवाद
अहो श्रीरंग कदम सर सर मी स्टकअप झाले तर तुम्ही माझे बॅकबोन आहात क्वेश्चन आन्सर
चार्टला टाका म्हणतात ना तसं बसला माझा क्वेश्चन बस
मी पण नाही झालेले पण होती अजून
अडीच पर्यंत घेऊन 50 झाले तरी आपण माझं सुरू करा
खरंच सर फार कॅमेऱ्यात शिरायला लागले
थोडं मागं सरा म्हणत असेल
होय की सांगू का सरांना
थोडं मागं सरा
भीती वाटते हो जास्त दिसतोय का जास्त जवळून झूम पण बरोबर नाही आधी यांच्या इथं रेंज नसते सर थोडासा कॅमेरा लांब ठेवा फेस पासून तुमचं ते फेस फार जवळून दिसतंय तुमचं जे फेस आहे ना कॅमेरा लांब ठेवा थोडासा तुमच्या फेस पासून कॅमेरा थोडा लांब ठेवा नाही 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 डिस्टन्स थोडंसं डिस्टन्स तुमचं डिस्टन्स हा 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 नाही सर बरोबर
हा ठीक आहे ठीक आहे
सर आता ठीक आहे
हा
हा ठीक आहे सर आता एवढं डिस्टन्स ठीक आहे
एकतीस
झाले की
अडीच परत मागे
तुम्ही आता कुठे जाऊ नका
हॅलो ऑर्डर लावून बसलायस बरोबर असं
हेअरस्टाईल माझी मॅडम म्हणतात हेअरस्टाईल कुठली
हेअर सेट करून आलास काय पाहिलं
automation and sustainability practices in manufacturing, logistics, and modern living spaces. The program is organized by Department of Mechanical and Mechatronics SIT, Kuga. It would have not been possible without visionary guidance and support of our esteemed patrons and organizing team. Over the next 5 days, we will have the opportunity to learn from distinguished experts. I brief the schedule for next 5 days. Today, on 16th December, activity topic is realities of modern living spaces by automation, and the speaker will be Mr. Vijay Angulkar. On 17th December, day 2, FTP topic is Sustainability and Automation Industry 4.0, Best Practices for the Future, and the speaker will be Dr. Amit Kumar Shilarsan. On 18th December, day 5, sorry, day 3, FTP topic is Sustainable Machining of Aerospace Alloys, and the speaker will be Dr. Prashant Jadhav, sir. On 19th December, day 5, day 4, the topic is sustainable manufacturing and logistic practices. Speaker will be Mr. Gajanan Gambhiri, sir. On 20th December, day 5, on 20th December, day 5, FTP topic is automation in HVAC. Speaker will be Mr. Shiv Prasad Khaluraya, na sir? Huh? Khaluraya. I request my participants to give your 100% attendance for all 5 days. For receiving FTP certificate and need to fill up the feedback form on daily basis. Sir, ते over वाटतंय का? जे आता मी at last of the session, at last of this, at end of the session, सर मी नाही आता करू शकत once my session has been finished माझ्यासाठी ठेवा कारण 3 मिनिटं राहिले त्याला मी खात खात मी कम्फर्टेबल नाही फील करत at end of the session we have आता मला अजिबात हलवू नका सर ते बंद करा स्टुडंट स्टार्ट 1 मिनिट राहिलाय 50 Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Professor Amita Mane. On behalf of Sri Satyakrupa Institute of Engineering and Technology and Department of Mechanical and Department of Mechatronics, I extend my warm welcome to everyone. It is my distinct honor and privilege to extend heartfelt welcome to the inaugural session of this 5-day online faculty development program on automation and sustainability practices in manufacturing, logistics, and modern living spaces. This program is organized by Department of Mechanical and Mechatronics of SIT Goga. It would have not been possible without visioning guidance and support of our esteemed patrons and organizing team. Over the next 5 days, we will have the opportunity to learn from distinguished guest experts. I brief the schedule for next 5 days. Today on 16 December, FDP topic is Realities of Modern Living Spaces by Automation, and the speaker would be Mr. V.G. Andurkar sir. On 17 December, day 2, FDP topic is Sustainability and Automation Industry 4.0 Best Practices for the Future, and the speaker would be Dr. Amit Kumar Shelar sir. On 18 December, day 3, FDP topic is Sustainable Machining of Aerospace Alloys, and the speaker would be Dr. Prashant Jadhav sir. On 19 December, day 4, FDP topic is Sustainable Manufacturing and Logistic Practices, and the speaker would be Mr. Gajanan Gambhire sir. On 20th December, day 5, FDP topic is Automation in HVAC, and the speaker would be Mr. Prasad Kaluraya sir. I request all the participants to give your 100% participants to get receiving the online FDP certificates, as well as you need to fill up the feedback form on daily basis. At the end of the session, we have question answer sessions as well. Now I would like to take the opportunity to invite our esteemed principal, Dr. Swananda Kulkarni sir, to share a few words of wisdom and their vision for our ongoing FDP. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Good afternoon, all. Good afternoon, everyone, for this faculty development program of 5 days on automation and sustainability practices in manufacturing, logistics, and modern living spaces. First of all, I welcome to Mr. Venkatesh Andurkar sir. Namaste sir. Today's resource faculty is a former space scientist, principal, designer, and managing director of Radiance Automation Private Limited, Kolhapur. I welcome to all participants who are registered from various academic institutes, nearby institutes, and industry persons. Then I welcome to all faculties of Sri Santakrupa Institute of Engineering and Technology for their participation. I congratulate to our mechanical and mechatronics department, HOD Mr. Bhosle sir and team for organizing such a wonderful faculty development program on this automation and sustainability. Various topics are designed under this faculty development program. So congratulations to all team members. I would like to brief about our institute. Our institute is located at Bhogaon. It is 25 kilometers from Karad. It is situated at the border of, say, Satara, Kolhapur, and Sangli district. We are located at rural area. We have started our institute or established our institute in 2009 with polytechnic of 5 courses. Then in 2017, we have converted our polytechnic into degree engineering. Currently, there are 4 courses of degree engineering: civil, mechanical, electrical, and computer science. We are affiliated to D. Batu University, Lonere. Then, because of the demand from the rural area, we have again started our polytechnic with emerging 3 courses in 2022. We have 3 emerging courses in polytechnic: artificial intelligence and machine learning, then mechatronics, and third one is civil and environmental engineering. These are the 3 emerging polytechnics we are running currently. So currently we have 7 courses, 4 courses of degree engineering as well as 3 courses of diploma engineering, which is affiliated to MSBT. In the last year, I would like to happy to inform you that in the last year we have been accredited by NAC for degree engineering. We got a rank of B+ grade by NAC accreditation. And now we are preparing for MBA for our Polytechnic Institute. Also, we are dreaming to become autonomous in 2027 and 28. Accordingly, we are proceeding. So, this is a brief about our institute. And I express my best wishes for all of us for this 5 days FDP. I hope everyone will enjoy this FDP program. All the resource faculties are very expertise and highly qualified in their areas, and they will certainly you will certainly help with their guidance. This will add the value to your knowledge, and ultimately it will be useful to society, useful to students also. So thank you. I will not take much more time. We are eager to listen from Mr. Venkatesh Andurkar sir. So all the best for this 5 days workshop for our entire team of Santakrupa. Thank you so much. I will hand over to Mrs. Mane madam.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable insights. Now I request Professor Sujit Patil sir to introduce our today's esteemed guest. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to introduce our chief guest. Today's guest is Mr. Vijay Andurkar sir. He is from Kolhapur. He began his schooling from a small village named Kandur, then completed his schooling from Solapur and Kolhapur. In 1985, he completed his graduation in electronics engineering from Gogati Institute of Technology, Belgaum. In 1987, he started with MTech at NIT Surat. In his second year, his project was at ISRO, that is Indian Space Research Organization, Space Agency of India. It was related to satellite eye testing. That project was highly acclaimed by ISRO, and he was subsequently appointed as class 1 scientist at ISRO. At the time of appointment, ISRO was working in INSAT system, that is Indian National Satellite System, which is used mostly for communication and broadcasting purpose. He was assigned to work of producing Earth sensor, which is responsible for locating the Earth from the distance of nearly 36,000 kilometers, that is geosynchronous orbit, helping to position the satellite in the correct orbit and ensuring effective communication with Indian antennas. Over at ISRO, Mr. Andurkar sir has made significant contribution. After proving his mettle at ISRO, he decided to start his own technological business. The fun fact over here is Sir's wife, Mrs. Vaishnavi ma'am, actually married him because he was a scientist at ISRO. And after a brief stint at ISRO, he decided to start his own technology-based industry. But ma'am supported him, not only supported him, she and he both, the couple worked hard to develop their industry, and that is Gladiance Automation Kolhapur currently. Sir is honored with developing India's first guest room automation system, which he developed at nearly 30 years ago and used for 5-star hotels. Currently, their clients include 250 plus hotel chains across the globe. From India, nearly 80 hotels of Taj Group are using their products. All over the world, like Park Hyatt, Marriott, Oberoi, Intercontinental, Le Méridien, Hilton, and Westin are their customers. Recently, he conceptualized and developed products based on the concept True Wireless Automation, a technology that is not only pioneering in our country but is also first of kind in the world. And now they are working to make this system AI-driven. Besides this, he also has passion in farming and culinary arts. So today's guest is not only a space scientist, he's an entrepreneur, he's also a farmer and also a chef. So we welcome you, sir, once again on at Sri Santagrupa Institute of Engineering and Technology's Faculty Development Program. We are honored to have you, sir. And now I request Andurkar sir to start the session. Sir, please.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for such a generous introduction. I wish my wife could have been here so that she would have treated me better today after reaching home. Well, I first of all thank Sri Santagrupa Institute of Engineering and Technology and for the various achievements which listed by Principal Kulkarni sir, and for conducting this faculty development program. In my career, I was also faculty at some point of time, so I understand how important the role an engineering faculty plays in shaping the future entrepreneurs, future students, future scientists, and future successful community. So I really thank you all for inviting me to share my views. And with this, I would start with my slides. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
I'm sharing the screen. Give me a minute. Seems to be some issue. 1 second. have shared the file. I believe there is some issue here. I've shared the file. Can anyone share the screen and start the slideshow from slide 1, please?
Record, sir. Monument. Amita Monument is there. Andruga, sir, please wait on. I will check for the.
काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे सर? काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे?
फुल स्क्रीन आपण ते करू शकत नाही.
स्टॉप सर.
Sir, will you please send me this PPT so that I can share from here?
Yeah, 1 second. I'm just sending you that. I use a Google Sheet. Can you give me a second, please?
Okay, sir.
Mr. Sir, shall we inform to Vishal?
Yes, sir, he is there in server room. Our team is there, so I will check for that.
काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे सर?
त्याच्या शीटला ऍक्सेस नाही, त्यांनी शीट दिलेली आहे.
म्हणजे त्यांचा प्रॉब्लेम आहे तो आपला नाही.
हा, आपल्याला ते शेअर करायचे आहे. ती इथं डाउनलोड आपण होस्ट आहे. आपण पोस्ट करू.
Sudhir Gaikwad is not able to download the sheet.
Yes, sir, we are trying to download it. Access is not given. Okay. Kundurkar, sir, please give us access to download that file. So I think access request is on your mail.
I request all participants to wait for few minutes.
सांगितलं की ते काय टाकलं.
एडिटर करा.
काहीतरी देऊन देईल.
Andurkar sir, your mic is off.
I have shared with couple of people. I have given the access to few of them.
Okay, sir. Just a minute.
दिली पाहिजे ना. त्याने फार मागून घेतलंय. सांगितलं तर प्रिन्सिपल सरांनी नाही ना.
तिकडून त्यांना शेअर फुल स्क्रीनला ते आपल्या इथं लेआउट आहे. आपल्याला लक्षात येईल पार्टिसिपेंट रिक्वेस्ट करा
बोलू का एकदा सर?
काय रिलेटेड
सर तोपर्यंत इथं
वरती येतंय स्पॉटलाईटला गेलं क्लोज करा
झालं ना?
साईड बारला इकडे येणार स्पॉटलाईट ठेव ते शेअर केल्यावर ते मोठं
आता आले की म्हणा मोठं सोबत.
There was a-
बोलायचं कसं?
Are you in position to download this?
बाजूला बाजूला इथून बाजूला बाजूला की मांडे Sorry for the inconvenience. There was a technical issue which has been solved. So we will be starting soon. The meeting FDB.
It is visible.
Yes, it is visible, but you may please make it full screen.
Next, wait on. I will share my screen. And check it.
Okay, sir.
कोणाला सांगायचं सांगू का सर
व्हिडिओ सांगतील
ओके सांगते
Okay, now it is visible now. It's okay. Na?
I
Yes,
request
good.
all the participants to your videos.
Okay.
Thank you everyone
Sir,
for
you can
your
start.
support and patience. Thank you.
Yes, good afternoon once again. Let me begin. I would request Mr. Bharadwaj to help me to move to the next screen, please. Next slide, please.
Yes, sir. It's well on. Okay, sir.
Yes. See, imagine a modern living space. It's educated people, sophisticated gadgets like what we had just now. International class, Google Meet or say lighting arrangement, music playing, people smiling, some dancing to the Sholay tune. Everything seems to be perfect. And then, next please. And then, within minutes, something goes wrong. Smoke, confusion, panic. People don't look for music controls anymore. They look for exits. Next, please. When reality hits, basically we have recently come across this fire accident in Goa. Panic replaces celebrations. Technology is definitely present, but awareness is perfectly missing. Next, please.
आपण त्याच्याकडून घेतला
This is not an isolated event. It is a global problem. It's a Hong Kong high-rise fire, advanced city, same outcome. Exactly, the technology, automation, everything, unless it is brought under the control, it becomes a nightmare. Next, please.
होय की पण हा ऑप्शन
That brings back to the core question. Are modern living spaces truly intelligent? or just electrified? Next. How the modern living spaces should be. From passive buildings to responsive living spaces, that's the only thing which is possible because of the automation. Next, please. Imagine a modern space at its best. You can even, the automation could help you. Lighting dims to create a peaceful ambience or a mood. Climate controls cater to your comfort to the exact degree you prefer. Curtains sweep open or closed or somewhere in between. Keeping just a backslide, please. In between, bathing you in a natural light, moonlight, or a cover of night. A soothing music awakes you gently from a sleep or provides you the perfect backdrop for a convenient dinner party. Your home theater comes to life with thumping bass and high-definition action. Locks, lock or unlock at your will. Security and serenity envelops you with complete control and monitoring of every corner of your property inside and output. That's how the modern spaces would be. That's how the automation can bring the modern spaces to such level. Now, what automation really is? It is the assistance through intelligence. Automation is no longer a luxury. We started 30 years back. That time the automation was basically perceived as a luxury and it was restricted only to few of the 5-star hotels. Now I am happy, even in the smaller villages also, people do consider home automation or the automating their life is a necessity. So automation is really not luxury. Cannot be a replacement to the human. It is basically assistance through intelligence. Next, please. Automation means safety and security. It should be in a position to detect fast. It should act on the faster response it should give, and it should be rather dependent less on the human intelligence. Next, please. Automation means energy management. Like say, we can have an optimized use of energy. We should have automatic control to curb the electrical use. Then we should get into a silent savings on energy. Automation means handling complexity. You can imagine the automation, if left to people, it becomes very difficult. It becomes a human-specific task. If we make it independent of human, it becomes very interesting. So it is basically a multiple system brought under one control, one integrated control we have in automation. Next, please. From a technical perspective, let us look at automation as any control system. What we have, some input, then decision making, and then output. Here let's consider this as an input, decision making, and action. Imagine a situation wherein in any automation or any smart living, what we really require is we need to gather information. The information can be obtained with the help of sensors. It could be a smoke sensor, it could be a temperature sensor, it could be a motion sensor or electrical parameter. Imagine the two cases which I just highlighted in the beginning. If we had then automated, then what would have happened? Let's assume that if the smoke sensor were in place, say, and if the moment they cross some threshold, or the moment the smoke is detected, or if the moment there is a slight change in the room temperature, which is unanticipated, or if suppose there is some panic movement of people within that hall, or if there is an electrical parameter which is shorter, all these inputs, if suppose automation uses for taking a decision, our modern spaces need to have all of them as an input in this. For sensing is one of the important component of an automation system. Next, please. Then comes a very important thing is a decision making. you know, in a real life situation, you have so much of data. You gather so much of data from various sources. But if the data is not compiled properly, if it is not organized well, or it is not kept into in a meaningful pattern, that decision making cannot be reached. So the decision making is basically rule based. There are certain rules. With this, we will be in a position to take a decision. If the temperature shoots up by 2 degrees or 3 degrees, then there is something abnormal which is going to happen. If the temperatures changes, say, from 24 degrees to 24.1 or 23.9, it is natural because the temperature may be because of extra people entering in the room, or is basically because of some cooling in this. But if there is a sudden increase or a decrease in the temperature, that gives us a very meaningful, important data, and that can be acted on. Then you have, the rules can be decision based. Decision making can be based on rules. The decision making can happen with the logic, or decision making can happen with the threshold. So you know that being people from electronics and mechatronics people, you know that the threshold play a very important role. So the moment we define a parameter value, and the moment the threshold is crossed, a certain decision can be taken and it can be initiated. The next slide, please. This is another important action. Basically, action is another important subsystem of the entire automation. Here, the first thing what one can think of, depending on the space where we are talking about, the power has to be isolated. The alarms can ring, the ventilation can be changed, and the notifications can be given. So these are the various types of actions an automation system can generate. The next, please. Yes. Now that brings us to more technical phase of this presentation. And let me also tell you here, basically I have prepared the slides which are more or less self-explanatory. My emphasis is basically to face you. I would rather be more interested to enter into or engage with you in a question-answer format, so that I would be in a position to, best of my knowledge, I will try to answer the questions which pops up in your mind with whatever the experience I have. Let me start. A system integration is one of the biggest challenge in the modern living spaces, because modern living spaces is going to be automated, which is unavoidable. And when we automate the system, automate the space, the biggest concern is the system integration. Imagine a situation like, say, you have a firefighting system, you have an air conditioning system, you have a lighting control system, and there is a surveillance system, and there are so many systems, plumbing system, so many things which are going to be there. There is going to be elevators in the particular modern living space. There are so many things which is going to be there. Now, all these systems, they are designed basically to work in a standalone manner. So when system work in standalone manner, like in a real situation, it becomes extremely difficult for something to do it in an orderly manner when there are so many other systems are present. So interfacing between the two or multiple standalone system is one of the biggest challenge, because the air conditioning system doesn't know which language he is supposed to talk with the lighting control system. The lighting control system will not listen to what the air conditioning system is going to say. So all this system integration poses one of the important and one of the very, very tough challenge in automating, the spaces or automating various systems into one modern space. It requires a lot of planning, because here in India, what happens, or for that matter, any place, as and when the technology emerges, we are not in a position to start from zero. There are existing places, there are already places which are in use for so many years. All of them cannot be simply demolished, or one cannot start afresh So what happens is it requires a planning for the new spaces. At the same time, it also requires planning to have retrofits in place. Because say if there is a building, say 5-story building, and if it doesn't have a firefighting system, now merely having a fire sensors connected or a motion sensors connected or a temperature sensor connected is not going to help. Neither unless and until you have a proper planning that these are the sensors, these are the locations of the sensor, they need a supply like this, and then there is a water pipe, water connection, the pressure is maintained. All this requires a huge amount of planning, and all this requires a great amount of foresight. So we are, slowly and steadily walking towards this challenge. People nowadays, when there is a big project, a greenfield project which starts from excavation, when it picks up, all certain care is taken to make sure that the modern living spaces are going to be futuristic, are going to be there for the next 50 up to 10 years, how the lifestyle is going to be. Accordingly, we would be in a position to have everything planned. So the system integration is one of the important things. The second comes is the fail-safe design. Here, being most of you are, highly distinguished people, and I'm really fortunate to have all of you as my audience. You know that how important it is to design a fail-safe design, a system. Now what happens, say, let's assume that you are designing a controller for a lamp. If you assume that the lamp is going to be for 20 watts, then naturally you will decide the gauge of the wire, everything accordingly. But then what happens, a person will simply replace that 20 watt lamp and put a 40 watts lamp over there. So naturally, the wire which is connected to that will not be sufficiently rated for that. So what one really needs to do is, if we are planning for say 20 watts, there has to be a great amount of safety margins. Only then one can be sure about fail-safe designs. You know that in India, even today, the automobile batteries, or for that matter, any batteries, are tested not using the voltmeter. They are tested with a method which should never be subjected to testing for the batteries. Like say, a typical person would always, even if the biggest supplier of the car batteries, what the person there would do is simply short the two terminals, positive and negative, and see whether the spark is there. In this process, one is seriously damaging the battery. So naturally, such experiences are expected. A design has to take care of this. So a fail-safe design has to take care of redundancies, design safety margins, and a graceful degradation. The third thing is, as I said, that there are too many systems and too little attention is paid. So when we are talking about in 2025, or say we are almost coming to an end of 2025, when we are entering 2026, when we are designing a new space, a new living space, we are only talking about, say, few known things, either the plumbing system or this or that, but we are not talking about the air quality system. Here in Delhi, you know that how difficult it is even to breathe. Now imagine a situation, a very young infant who has just taken a birth a week before is subjected to such type of air, how bad the thing would be, how badly it will affect his life. So in next 5 years, you will see that we will have a lot of air purifying units in our modern living spaces. So the real problem is, if we now plan for too many systems, we need to have a system properly accommodating all of such future systems in place. Then another challenge which is faced by automation system is human is in the loop. controls remains with the people. The gentleman is suddenly, if he is late by 5 minutes or it doesn't turn up on that particular thing, it becomes extremely difficult, or this cannot be avoided. These accidents or such control cannot be avoided because this is just a do and die situation. Many times it is happening. So what we have to really do is we need to make automation system less independent on human. Automation definitely assists, but it cannot dominate. These are the various 4 challenges which automation system are facing. Next, please. That brings to another interesting factor, how AI is going to help us. As you know that, and I'm really glad when the principal said that you are also now involved into fast emerging, the subjects. AI is definitely fast emerging, and I'm really happy to know that in a rural institute you are planning for a futuristic course like this. Thank you for really being so adaptive to the industry. Thank you so much. Now, coming back to the point, this AI in the years to come is going to change the way we live. AI anticipates and automation system reacts to what AI's anticipations are, and then transform the smart spaces into safe spaces. Here I'm very important point I'm making. Automation can definitely make the dumb space smart, but addition of AI to that, the smart space can become a safe space too. This can be possible because of the dynamic rule-based logic, a studied anticipation, a pattern recognition, learning from the past data, predictive intelligence. Imagine the situations like, say, in a Kumbh Mela type of scenario when we had the largest gathering in the earth, So basically, stampedes, all such things would easily be handled because of the AI. And now this AI bringing into the way we live or the way we construct modern living spaces, that is going to be a big boost. Next, please. See, let us consider use case 1, because now we should restrict it to modern living spaces. So let me walk you through to the use of AI in automating the modern living spaces. The first such use case is AI-based fire and electrical risk prevention. AI-based system can learn from normal electrical behavior. One knows how much is the current consumption, and suddenly if the current jumps to some level, naturally the circuit breakers are expected to take over. But many times they need not, just a single point protection may not sufficient. One needs not only to shut off the lamp, but a parallel action has to be initiated. So all this can be possible because of AI. It detects the abnormal current patterns. It identifies the early fire risk condition, because the temperature is not going to shoot up, say, from 24 degrees to 50 degrees. It would definitely take some time, So the moment it detects some trend when the temperature, because of the coolers, it is supposed to come down, but if it is not coming down in a desired amount of time, it means that there is something abnormal which is happening. So all this can be easily identified, and we should be in a position to isolate the power in such scenarios. Next, please. Use case 2. This is AI-based energy conservation optimization. See, basically, you can imagine the modern life without electricity is just not possible. What we are left with is consuming less amount of energy, utilizing it in a much better manner, in a more efficient manner. So it is possible to have energy optimization based on AI. It learns from the daily and seasonal usages. It predicts the peak demand. It optimizes the loads automatically, and it balances comfort with efficiency. Next, please. Imagine the situation that here we talk about AI-enabled predictive maintenance, in any part of the world, the maintenance is something which is really to a great extent neglected item. Now, it is this neglecting the maintenance which causes the maximum number of accidents as per the leading studies from many of these institutes. Because we had a very few systems which needed maintenance. Now you are dealing with multiple subsystems. Now one never knows that this particular part is to be changed. Right? So it becomes extremely difficult for anyone to monitor this. But if we have AI based and we are very sure that this bearing of this generator or this motor is really heating up, and then one can predict that not only this motor which bearing was changed now, but even the other motors also need to change. All this can be easily predicted by AI techniques, and the alerts can be given well before the failure occurs. Next, please. My response as an engineer to fire incidents. These recent tragedies, really made me quite nervous. I was continuously thinking that how I can play a small role in my small little manner and make my products or make my designs more, powerful, more accident free. And I realized that if we are making smart controllers, just by having one small hall sensor, because say when you have a smart controller, you have already using some good ESP32 or any smart module. Now, when you have such a smart platform already available and cloud connectivity, it is easily possible to find out how much is the current. If the current is expected to be, say, 2 ampere, the moment it gives to 2.1, a notification can be given. If it exceeds to 2.5, I can dim this thing to bring it to 2 volts, 2 amperes. And even if still it increases, it means that there is something abnormal, there is some short circuit, and which can cause a fire. So my response as an engineer to fire incident is this. I have my next modules, all my products in next version of all my products would have such mechanism, basically, and I give full credit to you all, basically because you people made me think about the role of automation in modern spaces. And while working on this, I thought that this is the best way to handle, and my response was for this. Next, please. A final thought. Smart definitely is a very impressive, but safe is most responsible way of doing it. So whenever we design a smart systems are essential for modern living. But what is really important, the response, the safety is more important, and the designer has to keep into mind not just the smartness, but the safety angles into this. I believe with this, I'm coming to an end of this. Next slide, please. And I thank you all, but I'm more eager to face the questions from you. I believe there are a few questions. Let me just read them. Yes. What are the challenges in the integrating renewable energy sources with the automated homes? Indeed, that's a wonderful question. Basically, what happens is, it is the mindset is one of the biggest challenges. People do still consider automation as a luxury, but technically speaking, there is absolutely no such technological challenges faced by integrating the renewable energy with automation system. May I have the next question, please?
So, any other question?
Yes.
Audience, you can raise your hands. You can share your questions here.
Yeah. The second question is explain the role of human-machine interface, HMI, in an automation system. Great. Basically, human interface is something which is a very important thing. Earlier days, the UX part was highly neglected. If you look at the earlier days telephone, basically the telephone was guided only by making a circular movement. But if you look at the modern telephones, you have so much of emphasis given on human interface. So it is really human-machine interface is a key factor in automation, because you have the data, you have everything. If it is not presented so as to make the person, an operator, understandable enough, then really having this data is of no use. So HMI, we really give lot of importance while designing a user interface for any of such systems. The next question is, how does AI-based energy optimization achieve a balance between comfort and efficiency? Well, that's also a very interesting question. Basically, what happens is, a comfort for me could be an essential parameter for someone else, or for someone, see, for example, I remember about 20 years back, I happened to meet Mr. Poonawalla, the gentleman, his father, the senior Poonawalla. I was, it was a very interesting meeting, and he told me, look, Mr. Andurkar, I was very young at that point of time, and he used to always encourage such young minds. So he told me, look, I don't know about anything about electronics. When I wake up in the night, what I expect is the lights going to my washroom should lit up. It was a shocking thing for me at that point of time, because at that point of time, even the automation in a 5-star was also, people were looking at it suspiciously. But some gentlemen wanted a home automation with such a feature. So that made me think that comfort for, it's a very relative term. So coming back to how to achieve the balance between comfort and efficiency, one thing is very clear, that all the systems have to be efficient. There is no doubt about that. They have to be reliable, they have to be efficient. But unless and until, you attach a comfort factor to that, it is something like having a tadka to a dish. So unless and until you present it as if it is make your life simple, then it is not going to be digestible for the people. So it is indeed possible to the balance between the comfort and efficiency, and it is definitely happening with the new modern technologies coming in the play of developing modern living spaces. Yes, anyone else, please?
So I have one question. Sir, what are the options for automating air conditioning maintenance alerts and scheduling, and how can our students work on them?
Yes. See, basically what happens is, one thing is, basically you need to periodically change the filters. I think you can stop the presenting so that people would be, they would be in a position to. Stop sharing the screen.
Okay, sir.
Yes, I think the question is related to
air conditioning maintenance and
yes, air conditioning maintenance. If the emergence of IoT devices, it is possible to have few devices, few sensors in a different places of the air conditioning. Say in a hotel industry, what they generally do is, there is a chilling plant, then there are the air handling units, and then there are fan coil units in every guest room. So if suppose the air conditioning is system which is making some noise because there is a rotationary movement or mechanical movements involved in that. A sensor which picks up the such signals, and those signals are good enough for a maintenance team to change the air filter or change the bearing of the system. Similarly, if such sensors can be installed at a chilling unit also, water chilling plant also, and various other subsystems of the air conditioning, so that there could be a predictive maintenance that the moment it is not the temperature is not coming to a desired level or return air temperature is not to that desired value, then one can check that this particular valve needs to be changed or this particular air handling unit needs the maintenance.
Got it. I think Sadar sir is having some questions. Sadar sir, you can unmute yourself. Mr. Ashok Sadar sir. He has dropped his question in the chat box. What are the major cyber security risks associated with smart living spaces?
Yes, see, cyber security risks are always very much higher side, because imagine a situation that in a most automated or most modern buildings, if there are no firewalls or no cyber security measures in place, it can be yet another sort of terrorist attack. Right? Such attacks need not be in the form of human being. You don't need to smuggle an ammunition or smuggle a terrorist inside the country. All this can happen virtually, because you can imagine that the hackers can easily manage to break through many of these websites, and they can delay the flight operations or doing that. Here, the biggest threat comes to my mind is to India. Basically, that most of the semiconductors are yet not manufactured in India. Particularly, those microcontrollers and controllers are not yet made in India. Though we have a very big plans, and I'm very sure that in 5 years from now, we should have our own controllers, our own modules in place. But now when we talk about, say, BLE module, or when we talk about ESP32 module, all these are made by someone else. All these technologies are developed by someone else. Now, they can definitely have some small program into the chip, wherein entire control can still remain there. You can imagine, I believe that a year back, Israel made sure that many of those pagers exploded simultaneously. So it was a synchronized cyber attack. So this can cause havoc, and it can cause havoc mainly because the automation is still at an infancy stage. When it matures, then there would be a lot of safety or standards which will be in place, that unless and until this much of precaution is taken, it is not possible to allow that particular building to function. Here, let's assume a situation that there are no fire at all in the building, and if still the notification comes to all the occupants of that building. What will happen? Immediately everyone will start rushing to the lift, and not because of the fire, but it is basically because of the stampede, things will go wrong. Or you will see that suddenly 50 people trying to come down in an elevator. So that entire rope will get disconnected, and then it would cause far more serious impact than the one which is possible using bombs. Right? There could be so many such examples. So automation per se for living spaces, unless it is handled very carefully, this can be a nightmare.
Thank you, sir. I think the sir's question has been answered. Any more questions Mr. Sunil Gaikwad, sir, mic.
Yes, sir. I have one question.
Yes, please.
What is IoT in the context of home automation?
In the context of home automation, is basically people would definitely prefer to have control from anywhere, right? So even if suppose, say in our traditional way, we know that say around 7 o'clock when the sun sets, we have a tradition to lit the lamps in the house, right? Now the couple is not going to be there for till 8:30 or 9 o'clock. Now what would happen? There is nobody who would be in a position to illuminate that area. Now IoT system would definitely make sure that at 6:30 or at 7 o'clock, the light, a select light will be turned on. This can be done by two means. One, by having a timer control, or second thing is by having a light sensors installed. Now, if the light sensors are IoT devices or IoT compatible things, then this particular data will reach the server application. The smart controllers are also connected to the server. A decision logic is already in place within the server app, and out of say 50 controllers in that room or in the house, a select controller a command can be fired from the server to switch on a lamp, maybe say in a living area or in the porch area or near the gate. So IoT has got multiple benefits. So one such controlling from anywhere is of course there. Having an automatic control without the need of a human being present over there, that can be the second control. The third control is, you can have various gas sensors. If there is nobody in the house and we have an IoT device which not only detects the leakage gas, but it also needs to notify.
Alarms are there.
So,
some alerts are there.
Yes?
Yes, some alerts or alarms are there by the notification.
Yeah, right. So it would be in a position to make sure that it is notified. At the same time, a person who may not be there, say 200 kilometers also, because this modern life has become such that one tend to go for work for even say 200 kilometers also up down. So naturally he cannot simply rush to the house there. So what can also be done as a first measure is to switch off the electricity. Because any spark which can cause this, the moment it is notified, everything can be shut off. Or, the message can be also sent to the adjacent house, because here we are also now into vertical living. So any one particular home getting affected because of the cylinder, this one blast, it is going to affect the living of so many others. So all such IoT devices are going to be an essential character of modern living.
Any other questions from participants?
Sir, I have one question.
Yes.
What research gaps still exist in the field of automated living space that academia should address?
See, basically, you need to really focus hard on, making the students really capable of embedded technologies. They need to really have at least a hands-on experience, maybe in the form of some small project or something, based on either say these are the very, very, very popular model these days. ESP32 is something very fast emerging. Basically, ESP32 has got easy internet connectivity, and it is a very, resourceful device. So, if you can try to, I don't know whether it is a part of the syllabus or not, or whether the syllabus continues to be till in the peak 18 or something, but no matter what, I also understand that you are soon going to have deemed university status. So naturally, you have more flexibility in giving the student or deciding the emerging or future technologies to be included in the curriculum. So for students, it is essential to be really good at one of the module. It could be ASP32, it could be Nordiac module, or it could be STM type of device, STM32 or something. This could be on the controller level. On the sensor side, you need to really educate them on variety of the sensors which are used for automating the model spaces. It could be a temperature sensor, it could be a fire sensor, a gas sensor, so many different, like motion sensor, a door sensor, the radar sensors, which are, these radar sensors have really made a big revolution, because you know that driverless cars are, going here to stay. Now what has happened because of this such collision detection thing, earlier, for motion sensing, it was that way so-called outdated technology was being used. That was PIR sensors were used, which were little sluggish and slightly unreliable. Now radar sensors are used. Now radar sensors are going to be a most important factor in everyone's life. So having such type of education, or you need to cover maybe in the form of seminars or some special lectures, that they need to be very well equipped with IoT sensors, IoT modules, various type of communication topologies, how exactly Ethernet is going to be beneficial, how exactly which type of topologies are going to be better. So these things are going to definitely make your student capable to face the industry challenges.
So we are having some scope to work on these kind of things, because we are providing some kind of add-on courses, short-term training programs to our students, which show the research gaps, and our department is continually working on that.
Great.
We are providing such kind of courses.
Great. That is something very important, because I really feel that the young boys when I meet, and they are really having a sharp mind, and they can really pick up the thing. And IoT is something very crazy, and people are definitely good that they are very keen to learn embedded technologies and web technologies, and now naturally AI is also going to play. So having all these three together, and if they do some project, then definitely it is going to be extremely beneficial to them.
So we have, some of our students have visited your firm already. So they are very happy to see the modern technologies there. So we are also really happy if we are having some memorable and understanding with MOU with your firm, so that we can have some functional activities with us.
See, we definitely encourage, and we are very open for helping the institutes, particularly those institutes who are imparting the education. Basically, what happens is, if we get a good response, sometimes in the past experiences, it was basically merely a formality from getting accreditation or something from other institutes. So we are being little selective, and I'm really happy to tell you that, your students, they really perform pretty well. They really were serious enough to understand and then participate, learn from what exactly is been happening here. So we are open for that. You need to come forward with some proper seriousness. We definitely do not look at the things as a favor, but we consider as a responsibility for industries to help the students in this regard.
Thank you. Okay, any other questions, or we can conclude the session? Participants? Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable guidance. It's over to organizer team for the concluding the session.
Sir, hello. There is one more question in the chat box.
Which is that, please?
What are the opportunities in this area?
Which are the research opportunities, right? See, I'll take you another 5 minutes. Is that okay?
Sure, sure.
Okay, sir.
See, the research opportunities are not only in automating the modern living spaces, but the research opportunities are very much present in every field which is going to be automated. Automation is not restricted to any space. Automation is a generic thing. Now, if you imagine the technology which is applicable for home, I can prove you that the very same technology is applicable to the hotels. The very same technology is applicable to manufacturing industry. Right? Say, let's assume that one is supposed to say, if consider a scenario like this, that there is a manufacturing firm which has got multiple machines, there are going to be multiple molds, and then there is going to be a trolley which is going to be carrying the molds or a raw material. Right? Now in industry what happens is, it is essential to know where exactly is the location of it. It means that for locating such thing, you need to have some mechanism, right? So let's consider that there is something called UWB technology. Now, if you people come forward and try to focus on ultra-wideband technology, definitely there is a great demand for system. So you need to think of how UWB can be used, say even in your college or in your institute, how much it is going to be beneficial. Right? You will be in a position to track the assets, you will be in a position to track so many things by using either UWB methods of real-time detection or even say Bluetooth low energy technology can be used for that. So automation, there are plenty of fields where research activity is indeed needed, and these being virgin areas, I'm pretty sure that there is enormous opportunities to conduct the work there, both in terms of material development and in terms of application development.
I request all the participants, if you have a few more questions, please ask questions or drop your questions in chat box. We'll wait for 1 second, or we consider that this question and answer session has been finished. Now I request Professor Sudhir Gaikwad sir to proceed for today's vote of thanks. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Myself, Sudhir Gaikwad, Assistant Professor at SSIT Goga. We are highly thankful to our esteemed speakers for today's session, Realities of Modern Living Spaces by Automation. Honorable Andurkar sir has shared his rich professional experience and in-depth insights into automation and its role in shaping modern living spaces. Such expert inputs, real-time examples, and practical approach related to decision-making, automation system challenges, how AI is helping, that have added significant and academic, also professional values to this session. At the outset, I extend my sincere gratitude to all faculty members, research scholars for their valuable presence in today's online sessions. By considering permission from organizing team, I am declaring that today's session is over here. Kindly fill the feedback form for marking today's attendance. Thanking you all. Have a nice time. Thank you.
Thank you, Andurkar sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
To participants, we have session on sustainability and automation in Industry 4.0, best practices for the future from resource person Dr. Amit Kumar Shela sir on tomorrow, that is on 17th of December. So
16 डिसेंबर 25.
तुम्हाला एक स्पेसिफिकेशन पाठवते अवेलेबल जर i7 मध्ये दुसरं कुठलं पण नंबर सांगितलं कुठला मॉडेल अवेलेबल i7 ऐकी तो कंडिशन त्याची एवढी खास नाही रेल मध्ये चालणार नाही i7 मधनं i7 8 जनरेशन मध्ये प्राइस मध्ये पण नाही पडत 512
काय काढायचं म्हणतात संध्याकाळी साफ करून ठेवतो वायाच वेळ आणते
हॅलो हॅलो हा येतो मॅडम हा आता बघ प्रॉब्लेम झाला त्याला रिपेअर रिपेअर वगैरे नाही आपण केला, आपण फक्त बाहेरची बॅटरी बदलली आहे त्याची आणि केबल चेंज केली. हा बंद का पडतोय मग तिथं लाईव्ह बघतो मी सकाळी. हा हा चालेल चालेल, मला सांगा मी तिथं येतो. कुठे नव्हत्या, घरी येऊन चेक करायला लागेल ना ते. मला फोन जोडून द्या तुम्ही, काय करायचं. हो चालेल चालेल चालेल. हॅलो हॅलो हा बोल. हॅलो काय झालं? ॲम्ब्युलन्स नाही होत आहे, जुनाच आहे ते, काच कुठली नव्हती. हा पुढे हा जुनाच आहे तो. मी आहे तोपर्यंत तू काय शिकतो? मला काय सांग. मला तर तुझं गणितच कळणार नाही, तुला कळलं ना, एवढं साध्य जीवन तुझं, तुझा विश्वासच बसत नाही. याच नसल्या आता मोबाईल हातात येतो तुझे, फोनवर बोलत बोलत दाखवतो, तिथे खोलून दाखवतो तुझ्यापासून काय होणार? ये ये आणि जर नसलं काय तर काय झालं? नाही नाही नाही, आधी सांग आधी सांग. सर्व झालं ते.
मी खाली येतो
मला वाटलं नव्हतं
मी
फ्रेश.
खाली येतो काय केलं सांगा
हे असलं विचार करत नाही त्याला गाडी येत.
तुम्ही किती फास्ट आले म्हणजे
माझा मोबाईल तिथंच आहे घेतलेला पण नाही. डॉक्टरकडे फक्त तो असतो असं मला कोण मेसेज करत नाही की मी त्याच्यावर डॉक्टर होतो. इतके असे की तुझ्या मेसेजला घाबरायला लागतात.
तरी मेसेज करत नाही
म्हणून मी डॉक्टर
मेसेज करायचं बंद केलं
बघणार आहेस ना?
भैया एकदम बरोबर मी सांगते तुमचे कागद
बस टेबल बंद झाले ना बंद केले इंटरनेट बंद करून टाकलं.
अच्छा
ती बघते ती फोन ठेव तुझ्याकडे उद्या सकाळी आलं माझं तुझ्याकडे बायकोचा फोन आला की संध्याकाळी जाणार बायकोला घेऊन जातात. मानच आहे असं मी केलं डोक्यात बस काम नाही पडत. द्यायला थांबले
कुठे?
आणि आता त्या
गाडी
बरं कॅमेरा चालू झाला
मग
मागं पण बी काय कारण मला ते पैसे एक तर नाही
काय झालं?
अगदी बघायचं कॅमेरामध्ये प्रॉब्लेम आला काय तुमचा ऐकून मी घेतलाय
काही
सगळं करून बघितलंय सगळं कॅमेरा ऑप्शन मध्ये काहीतरी वापरला कॅमेरा चालू केला नाही हँगच होते काय व्हिडिओ होता सेटिंग बघा बरं बरोबर काय झाले
फंक्शन आहे
कुठं सांगायचं मला कळलं स्कॅनच करायचं स्कॅन करायचं काय करायचं
झाले
दुसरं काहीतरी काम